Yes, the rumors appear to be true. With a heavy heart, we say goodbye to ITProTV as we know it. According to Don Pezet, a former co-founder of ITProTV, he stated that he left the company in May, so he wasn't 100% certain, but new leadership with ACI Learning was more focused on delivering IT training, wasn't as concerned about their own unique style. As a result, they closed the studio and released a bunch of employees, especially the content creation team, and let them go. And I can also verify this because I follow quite a few of them on my LinkedIn, and unfortunately, that seems to be the case. If you're not familiar with ITProTV, they're an e-learning platform that made IT learning fun and educational. They had more of a host and interview style questions. It was definitely a lot more entertaining than just straight, here's the hard facts. Definitely a little bit hard to tolerate that they're not going to be around anymore. They did have all sorts of different guest stars and had content creators help even jumping in, such as like Network Chuck, and even a bunch of other IT people that's inside of YouTube, such as Zack from IT Career Questions. He was a huge supporter of them. Myself personally, I created videos about their platform. I thought it was a fantastic product. And it also hits a little harder for me personally. ITProTV helped launch my IT career journey. I did a career change, and they were one of the leaders in it. And it helped me obtain quite a bit of certifications, and it was a fun, entertaining style of how they did it. I would say that I'm not alone in this feeling because scrolling through just some of the comments that I found, and this is just a small amount of them, but it sounds like a lot of people are definitely going to miss ITProTV. I know Don said in his quote, but that's how business goes. I definitely understand how business works on this, and you make the best decision you can as a business. It definitely is discouraging and kind of heartfelt when something that you subscribe to and you feel passionate about, and like when you watch their content, you didn't actually feel like you was learning. Like you knew you was learning, but it was a lot more fun. Like you could grab some, like a bowl of popcorn and sit there and enjoy it. But it is definitely discouraging when you feel like it's getting ripped out from underneath you. And if you're still not sure about what ITProTV, let's see what Tim and Don have to say why they started ITProTV.
I've been in the career education business since 2000.
I wanted to get into computers, and I'd kind of been doing it as a hobby for a few years at that point.
But what we found when we were running the career school was about 1 out of every 100 people that we talked to might enroll.
You had books and you had official courses, but if you had a question, you had nobody you could go to. Nobody.
But what could we do for the other 99? There's 99 people out of 100 who can't afford it.
Once I was A+ certified, it was easy to find jobs. There were lots of jobs that had that as a requirement.
One day I came to Don and I said, I've got an idea. What if we could remove the obstacles for people?
We said, how do we create a product that is valuable to people?
Reduce cost and make it fun.
I want to make resources available to people that they can learn about IT.
Having an option that you can attend anytime.
Learn about certifications, get certified,
on demand,
and get into the job they want.
Where every day there is new content being produced.
When something new comes out, we record that content.
It's the best of the classroom experience delivered conveniently online. A library of IT knowledge that's waiting for you.
Hello, thank you for watching ITProTV, helping you learn everywhere you go.
We started ITProTV to create the training that we wanted, that we wish that we would have had. The style and approach that we felt would truly help people learn IT and succeed.
That's what I want to do. I want to make life easier for people who want an IT career.
I think Zack with IT Career Questions said it best, why he promoted ITProTV as much as he did and why he was such a fan of it. And I couldn't have said it better in my own words. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
Hey everybody, this is Zack, and today, that's a little behind the scenes. That's a little bit of real talk right now. I've been asked quite recently, what's the deal with ITProTV? Why is it that you're always talking about them? You're always promoting them in some way. Why? You know, what do they do for you? I think I answer that the best way that I can every time it comes up, because I believe in what they do. And that's really the most honest, genuine answer that I can give. I believe in what they do. I just heard about ITProTV last year. I checked out what they were doing. I looked at their content, I looked at their material, and to be quite honest with you, I've seen tons of other, providers in their space before. Nothing, I don't think, compares to what ITProTV is doing right now. And I think they've kind of changed that game. I think they've changed the game of e-learning And I don't like using that term e-learning, but essentially that's kind of what they're doing, you know? And they've kind of coined this term edutainers, and you've probably heard me say that. You've heard them say it multiple times if you've checked them out already. But their material is entertaining. I find it entertaining. You know, I can watch their material and it's entertaining. It's not always like strictly just all guns in, like on the material. You're gonna learn the entire time and they don't go off beat at all, but it's entertaining. It's how they present it, you know? It's like you have the most amazing teacher. Like you could think back in high school or even when you were like in junior high or whatever, and you had like the coolest teacher in the world, right? And you're like, man, I wish I had this teacher forever. I think like every single host at ITProTV is that teacher, because the way that they present the material to you and the way that they talk to you, they're that cool teacher. They're that person that's like, oh man, this is cool. Like this is entertaining. I'm getting this material. I'm understanding it. And I'm relaxed. I'm following it. I just get it.
They also had a fun podcast called Technado, which if you ever watched it, it was more of like an informal, just a group of buddies sitting around talking about all the different technical stuff going on, different types of hacks, who got pwned, quite a few different segments. It was a fantastic section that they had. And let's go ahead and take a few quick looks at some of their best intros they had. They had a bunch of it. From what I have seen currently, that they're still online, they're still on YouTube. I don't know if ACI Learning is going to remove any of the stuff that's out there on YouTube or not. Unfortunately, we don't know that information.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of the ITProTV podcast. I'm your host, Don Pezet, back in studio today with special guest Justin Dennison.
Technado, starting right now.
Welcome to Technado with Don Pezet, featuring sysadmin expert Don Pezet, DevOps engineer Justin Dennison, security specialist Daniel Lowry, and Peter.
With that, I would like to say goodbye to ITProTV as we know it, and I would personally like to say thank you to every single one who made the operate as effective as it did. Everybody from the hosts that you had out there known as edutainers to everybody behind the scenes.